The first game of the ABA and NBN in 2024 comes to you from Manchester, New Hampshire, and the NBA headquarters as the New Hampshire Kings take on the Mass Wolves. And we welcome you to our first game here in 2024 on the New England Broadcast Network, everybody. I'm Stephen Erd. The Kings and the Wolves meet for the second time this season. The Kings holding a 2.5 game lead over the Wolves for that 4 spot and the final home playoff spot here in the ABA. So if this season did end today, these two teams would meet right back here for a first round of the postseason. However, the Wolves are coming on a 3-game win streak after an 0-4 start, their worst start in their 2-year franchise history, and they're looking to get back to 500 today with a win over the New Hampshire Kings for the second time this season. And we're ready to go here. Tip-off from New Hampshire coming up right now. We are underway here from Manchester, New Hampshire, and that ball goes off the hand of Ryan Gauthier and goes out of bounds. So not the start we're looking for from our other team. We're going to have another jump ball. Okay, we're here at the NBA headquarters here in Manchester, New Hampshire. The first game of the ABA on NBN, in 2024. As you know, I'm Stephen Erd. Thank you all for joining us. It's supposed to be our 4th game of the season, but unfortunately, the snowstorm canceled our weekend doubleheader to kick it off January 6th and 7th. And then last week, we decided that there's no point of us going to Bridgeport. We've already accomplished all we needed to. We thank you all for watching the ABA. And a 3-ball for Dante Law to get started. Usually the Slam Jam King. Dante Law with a 3, and it's 3-0 Wolves, just like that. And here is Ryan Gauthier, the star for the New Hampshire Kings, going against Law. Gauthier's going to shoot a 3, and he misses that one and hits the back of the board. A rebound by, there's number 34 for the Kings. That is David Falks, who can't get the rebound now. Here's Chris Green. Out to Law. Law, another 3. Can't hit that one. And there's Falks again with the rebound, gets it out. Look at your names here as we continue here on the ABA and NBN. There's number 3 inside. He's called for a foul. That is Khalif Jackson. So Dante Law starting it off with a 3 for the Wolves, and the foul is against number 24. That is Law. And so it's going to be Jackson shooting 2 foul shots. Okay, we talked about it in our intro. The Kings have a 2.5 game lead over the Wolves in the ABA Eastern Blue standings. And if the season did end today, this would be the matchup. The 4 versus 5 in the ABA postseason on March 8th or 9th. Depending on the schedule, because obviously the New Hampshire Kings don't only just play here, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. They also play in Hampton, New Hampshire. That's where their tomorrow's game will be. They take on the Providence Pirates. And here's Jackson. His second foul shot is up, and it is in and out, no good. And rebounded by Anthony Parker. Back in number 2. He wore 22 in the last game we saw him against the Providence Pirates because that was his high school number. But then, obviously, number 22, Ann Struthers, came back. He's not here today, but still, Anthony Parker back to number 2. And now here is Parker. Inside to Savon Houston, the big man for the Wolves. Back out to Parker. And Parker, let's see what he does here. Out to Green. Does Green have himself a nice outing against the game against the Providence Pirates back on December 2nd. And a foul here. Foul in Houston. We've seen a lot of those in the time we've covered the Wolves. Savon Houston's called for a lot of fouls, and there's one against him there. The ball go back over to the Kings, who trailed 3-1. As we reach the 10:40 mark here in the first quarter, you're watching the ABA and NBN. I'm Stephen Erd. We're here for the first time in Manchester, New Hampshire. The Kings hosting their about 3rd or 4th game in franchise history after last year playing on the road. Gauthier for 3, and that's an air ball. Not enough on that one, but rebounded here. And from the foul line is Julius Goins, who can't hit. And here comes Green. Wide open Law, and there's the slam we were talking about. Dante Law with the slam-a-ding-ding-dong. And it's now 5-1 in favor of the Wolves. Rebound for Jackson. Off the back of the rim, rebounded by Houston. And Law inside 2. There's Kwame Lee, number 15. And that one's taken away. Nice job there. There's Jackson again. Playing some good defense here for the Kings. And here's Gauthier with the ball. And it looks like the ball's about to go out of bounds for a second. But he gets it to number 13. And that is Saul Fury. Did not see him in our last game. We covered the Kings. From the foul line, no good by Goins. His second miss of the day. So early on, 9.5 minutes left. 5-1 Wolves lead it. First game of 2024 here on the ABA and NBN. I'm Stephen Erd. Thank you all for joining us. Law for 3, no good. Hit the first one. He's 0 for 2 since. Now here is Goins coming inside. And a slam and hitting the floor. And that's going to be a foul against Lee. So a good job there by Goins drawing the foul. And now Goins is going to shoot 2 foul shots. And again, it's still a 5-1 game. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the NBA headquarters in Manchester, New Hampshire, not the NBA headquarters, which honestly, I don't even know where the NBA headquarters are. Let's get information and update you as soon as we can. Goins' foul shot is first up, is up, and it is good. Now a 5-2 game, 9:15 left here, first quarter. And these two teams met back in December down in Pembroke, Massachusetts. The Wolves, I believe that was the Wolves' first win of the season. They have won their last 3 games, and now, after an 0-4 start, sit at 3-4. Have a weekend doubleheader. We'll be at them tomorrow as well, by the way. We'll be going to Hyannis, Massachusetts, as they take on the 4-1-3 Elite. Talk more about that coming up. Law almost loses that one. This one goes inside to Lee, outside. Green for 3, and off the mark. Here comes New Hampshire. Deep pass to Jackson. Jackson to the basket, and it's good. And just like that, we are tied at 5. With 8:55 left here in the quarter. Houston to Green. Green going to come inside, and he's going to lose it out of bounds. Ball back over to New Hampshire. 4-0 run here for the Kings, and we have a tie game. 5 up with 8:38 left here in the first quarter. Here's Gauthier. I got to Jackson. Deep 3. No good. And ball goes back over to the Wolves. Trying to see a jersey number here. That is Fury, who shot that 3 and could not hit it. So here's Parker. A quick pass to Houston, who had to jump up to get that one. This one to Lee. Lee to Law. Law to the basket again. And another slam for Dante Law. The Wolves regain a 7-5 lead here with 8:19 left first quarter. There is Gauthier for 3. No good. And that would have given the Kings their first lead of the game. Here's Green. Again, we saw Green had a nice game against the Pirates on December 2nd. Out to Parker. Parker for 3. Can't hit it. Rebounded by Goins. Gives it out to Gauthier. 7-5 is your score, but hit the 8-minute mark. Here's a 3 ball. Knocks it down. And the Kings take their first lead of the game by way of Saul Fury. We do apologize for the camera, folks. Very slow getting in on that 3, but we got it. Parker out to Green. By the way, the Kings are now on a 7-2 run. And shot up by Houston, no good. Looking for a foul, not going to get one. Here comes Gauthier for the Kings. Outside to Fury, another 3. Can't hit it. And Green went for the rebound, could not get it. Parker there for the Wolves. Couple fake passes, now gets it out to Law. Law to Green, Green 3. And no good. Rebound by Houston, who gets the rebound. Missed the last shot in the last possession for the Wolves, but is able to redeem himself there. And the Wolves retake the lead, 9-8. 7:07 left first quarter. Again, we're here in Manchester, New Hampshire. The 3rd or 4th game, home game for the Kings in franchise history. And here's Jackson inside. He has a lane. He's going to shoot it from near the foul line and missed it. And here comes Green again for the Wolves. Wolves to Parker. Green to Parker, excuse me. And Houston's shot is blocked. Here come the Kings again. Down 9-8, 6.5 left. Gauthier outside to Fury. Out to Fulks. That's let's see, they counted as a 2-point shot. It's no good anyway. Law, deep pass is caught by Parker. Parker, no-look pass inside to Lee, and a great shot there by Anthony Parker with the no-look pass. That was impressive. And the Wolves lead by 3, 11-8 is your score with 6 minutes left here in the first. So again, the Kings sit at 5-7. The only reason they have a 2.5 game lead over the Wolves is because the Wolves have played 5 less games. Going for 3 and in and out. Wolves sit at 3-4. They started 0-4, their worst start in franchise history. They've lost one of their last 3 games to get to where they are now. Parker out to Houston, out to Green. Back inside to Lee. Lee, his shot is up and it is good. A good shot there by Kwame Lee. 13-8 now your score. Back to a 5-point game. Wolves now on a 6-0 run here. Kingz looking to come back into this one. And that's a pop-up and goes out of bounds. Fury lost it, and it's like Law's the one that knocked it out of bounds. But it'll go back over to New Hampshire. Went out on Law. And Chris Green saying that the Wolves should have possession. They don't. So here is Jackson going inside. And a nice shot. Nice layup there by Jackson at the buzzer. Wow. That was impressive. Impressive job there by Cleve Jackson. And a turnover. Tavares. Basket. No good, but a foul. Foul is called against Green. Media timeout. That's us. We'll be right back. You're watching the ABA on NBN. And so, due to it being a turnover in the backcourt, that signifies, or other word is, the 3D rule. And since a foul was called against it on a 3D rule, Jordi Tavares has a chance at 3 foul shots instead of just 2. In a 13-11 game with 4:49 left here in the first quarter, knocks down that first foul shot. It's 13-12 now. I might have asked him in a second. Might have missed the first one while we were babbling here. Apologize, folks. Nonetheless, back and forth game here between the Kingz and the Wolves, which would be the 4-5 game in the postseason if the postseason began today. And so we are now tied, so he makes 2 of the free foul shots. We are tied. Now the bench players coming up 55. There's number 28, Mick Simpson, coming in. And here is Green. This is number 55. We don't have a name for 55. We were not provided that by the Wolves. Be sure to get that tomorrow for the game against the 413 Elite. A huge game, which will be available also on, not just on NBN, but also the Mass Wolves YouTube channel. Now, ball inbounds it to Green. And we're tied at 13 with 4.5 left here in the quarter. Here's number 55. Have no name for him. It's outside to Simpson. Simpson inside of the basket. And the shot clock went off. And they're going to call a foul here against New Hampshire. That is Jackson. And so Simpson's going to go to the line for 2 foul shots. 13 all, still 4:19 left here in the first quarter. Again, we were at the NBA headquarters. Not the NBA headquarters, even though being at the NBA headquarters would be pretty awesome. But anyway, this is the ABA and NBN's first game of the year here in 2024. I'm Stephen Hurd. Thank you all for joining us. Have just a few more games left, including tomorrow, part of our weekend doubleheader, as the Mass Wolves will host the 413 Elite. And a rematch of that classic game from January 22nd of 2023. The 413 Elite had a 82-59 lead over the Mass Wolves in the third quarter. Wolves came back to win it, 106-104. Tomorrow's game, 364 days to the day of that classic matchup down in Hyannis. And the shot is blocked there by number 55, but picked up. And another block, and that's going to be a shooting foul against number 55 there. Again, we don't have a number for the 55. The only one we're missing. But he is called for the foul, and it's going to be Fury coming to the line for 2 foul shots here. 14-13 Wolves. Exactly 4 minutes left here, first quarter. Apologies for the camera moving around, folks. Trying to get the best possible view we can. First shot by Fury's up, and it is good. We are tied at 14. And for the lead, no good. We remain tied at 14. Outside to Parker. Parker spinning away, gets it out to Green. Green on caught there, 4-on-4 here. Green shot is up, and it is no good. Rebound by Fury. Again, we are tied at 14 with 3:38 left here in the first quarter. Here's Gauthier. Shooting a 3. Oh, could not hit it, almost. But close, but no cigar. But here come the Wolves. This one taken away by Fury, knocks it down. And now inside to Jackson, and offensive foul going against Jackson. The ball go back over to the Wolves. Number 55 for the Wolves is going to inbound it. And a whistle here. All right, we'll be right back. You're watching the ABA on NBN. 14 up with 3:18 and counting here in the first quarter. Here at the NBA headquarters in Manchester, New Hampshire, the New Hampshire Kings and the Mass Wolves. And a turnover here to Tavares to Gauthier for three. Can't hit it. And Tavares going for the rebound, gets it. Back out to Gauthier. Gauthier outside to number 25. The coach is in here for three. He can't hit it. So here's something. The coach for the New Hampshire Kings is in the game. First time for everything, folks. Back out to Law, out to number 55. Again, no name. The shot is up and in, is no good. Rebounded. Houston had a hand on it. Couldn't get to it. Gauthier has it for the Kings. Two and a half left here in the first quarter. Fury inside to 25. I don't have a name for 25, but you know he was the coach. The shot is blocked. Right, he looked for a foul, and the ball is going to go out of bounds on number 55. Now, Dante Lowe trying to argue with the ref. The ball was tipped. We should go back over to the Wolves. Here's the coach for three, and it's airballed, rebounded by Simpson. And here he comes inside, number 55, shot up and no good. He gets his own rebound. And now it's taken away by Fury. Fury, one man to beat, and he's able to do it. That is Sean Beasley, number 9, coming into the game for the Wolves here. And the Kings have the lead. 15-14, officially. Simpson for three, no good. Rebounded by Tavares. He gets it to Gauthier. 1:45 left first quarter. And you see number 25, that is the coach for the New Hampshire Kings, who's come into the game, which, first time for everything. Fury for three, and bounces off the rim. Simpson with the rebound, gets it out to 55. We're just going to keep going 55, folks. We have no name for this guy. On Tavares, foul tipped by Gauthier and goes out of bounds, back over to the Wolves. Ball was tipped by Gauthier, and he was the last one to touch it before it went out of bounds. So ball go back over to the Wolves. It'll be Beasley inbounding. It's out to Green. Green out to Simpson to Lee. Three ball, no good. And that's Beasley again, rebounded by Tavares, and back out to Gauthier. Seems like Gauthier gets the ball. It's quite a lot. That's why he is the star of this team, and has been the last 2 years. Of course, it's only the second season for both the Kings and the Wolves, and that's a foul against Beasley. A reach-in, it looked like. That's a reach-in foul. So we're going to get an inbound here for New Hampshire. 1:04 left first quarter, 15-14. The Kings have the lead. We're going to expand that lead in fourth place and the final home playoff spot here in the ABA's East Blue Division. And playoffs begin March 8th, and if the playoffs began today, these two teams would meet right here in Manchester. That three ball by Tavares is no good. Rebounded by Simpson. Final minute here in the first. Here's Simpson. He loses it. Picked up by Jennings. Lewis Jennings in the game, and a wide open transition for Gauthier, and the layup is good. Timeout Wolves. The Kings with their biggest lead of the day, 18-14, with 48 seconds left. We'll be right back. You're watching the ABA on NBN. 18-14, the New Hampshire Kings lead the Mass Wolves with 45 seconds left in the first quarter. First game of 2024 here on the ABA and NBN. I'm Stephen Err. We're here in Manchester, New Hampshire for this weekend doubleheader. Tomorrow we'll be in Hyannis as the Wolves take on the 4-3 lead. And here is Nick Simpson out to Kwame Lee, out to Beasley for three. Can't hit it. Rebounded by the coach. Again, I don't have his name. I wasn't even expecting him to be coming into the game like this. This is all new to me. And now with 21 seconds left, let's see what the Kings do here. Gauthier's going to take it to the basket, and the layup is good. Great job there by Ryan Gauthier with the basket, and it's now a 6-point game with 13 seconds left in the first. Simpson to Beasley. And the Wolves bench is on fire right now. And a foul called on the coach. And so let's see what happens here with 3.4 seconds left in this first quarter. It's going to be inbound here for the Wolves. They're going to have one last shot for the end of the quarter. And now a warning here from the referees. The coach is leaning on Savon Houston. And he's telling him, don't lean on him, relax. So let's see. Savon Houston's going to have the last shot, it looks like. And at the buzzer, no. And that is the end of the first quarter. The New Hampshire Kingz lead the Mass Wolves 24-8. We'll be right back for the second quarter. You're watching the ABA on NABN. Start of the second quarter, everybody. The New Hampshire Kingz lead the Mass Wolves 20-14. The first game of the ABA on NABN here in 2024. Oh, the Dunkaroonie, no good by Goins. And a pass to Houston, nice catch there, and a foul against Gauthier. Looks like he can't believe it. See by his fraction, it is him. So Julius Goins going for the slam dunk. Could not hit it. And then the pass to Houston. Looked like he might have been grabbed by Gauthier, and that's why they call a foul. And out, interception here on the inbound from the Kingz, and Gauthier. No look pass to Tavares. Tavares for three. No good. Taken by 55 for the Wolves. Makes a 20-14 game. Here they come. Going inside, outside to Houston. Houston back out to Green. Green for three. Knocks it down. Chris Green with the first points here in the second quarter, making it a 3-point game. 2017. Back and forth we go between the Wolves and the Kingz. Wolves are undefeated, by the way, against these Kingz. They're a perfect 4-0. Defeated them in all matchups last year, which were all held in Massachusetts, as the Kingz obviously did not have a home venue last year. I believe it's the first time that the Wolves are here in Manchester. It might be the second. But nonetheless, we talked about it before. This would be the 4 versus 5 matchup if the playoffs began today. And these two teams meet right back here in Manchester. Of course, playoffs begin on March 8th. Shot by Goins is up, and it is good. 21-17, 4-point game. And we are here at the NBA headquarters. Residential building here in Manchester. Got their own gym here. Very impressive stuff. And the second shot by Goins is no good. So he makes one of his 2 foul shots, but now turnover. That's a turnover in the backcourt. 3D rule in effect. 3-point shot becomes a 4-point play. It's Fury. See what he can do. Fury inside, and a turnover goes out of bounds, so the 3D rule is over, and no points for the Kingz. Look like Fury is going to go for a 4-point shot there for a moment, but decided not to. Pass it inside, the ball goes out of bounds. And so we'll remain with the Wolves, down by 4. We get through the second quarter. Houston double team, trying to get away, gets it out to Green, out to Law. Law back out to 55. His pass is intercepted by Fury. Tavares had it for a moment, and it goes back to Fury. Now Fury taking himself inside. Basket is good. What a play there by Saw Fury. That's back to a 6-point game. And Parker bumps into Goins. No fouls called. And Law tried to get it to Houston, but it's taken away by Fury. And here he is again. Inside to Goins. Goins to the basket, and it's good. 8-point game. The Kingz are trying to pull away here in the second. And now you hear everybody cheering for the Kingz defense to make a stop. Parker has it for the Wolves. Going inside, back outside to Green, who loses it out of bounds. And the ball will go back over to New Hampshire. So far in this second quarter, it's been all New Hampshire. And they continue to dominate as they get the ball back up 8 with 9:44 left in the half. Fury gives it to Tavares. Tavares to Fury, inside. Oh, the dunk there by Fulks. That's a 10-point game in favor of the Kingz. And now here's Green. And a foul. Now going against Tavares, so it's going to be inbound here by the Wolves. 27-17. The Kingz have broken this one open here in the second quarter. 9:21 remaining in the half. Again, Kingz sitting at 5-7. Have a 2.5 game lead over the 3-4 Wolves. Of course, if I did the math correct, it's a 2.5 game lead. Looking to expand on that as we near the end of this 23-24 season. The 24th of the ABA's history, by the way, since rebranding in 1999. And another turnover here. Here's Fury again to Tavares, who got slides, gets it out. There's Everson for three. He can't hit it. William Everson coming in for the first time. And here's Law to the basket. Kaboom! And there's the slams we know and love from Dante Law. And he makes it a 8-point game. Nobody was going to stop him once he got that ball, by the way. I'm just letting everybody know that right now. Nobody was going to stop him. Now here's Fury. Going to press with the three ball this year. They can continue that hot streak. Here's a three. Can't hit that one, though. Gets the rebound, and he gets it to the basket against Lee, and Lee wins the battle. Beasley. Pass to Parker for the wide open basket. Down to a 6-point game. Now the Wolves making a little bit of a comeback here. Here's Everson. And we saw Everson on December 3rd. He made that game winner in double overtime against the Bridgeport Kings. Shot by Goins. No good, but a foul. Goins falling down. Foul against Law, so Goins is going to come to the line and shoot two. 27-21 with 8:07 left here in the first half. New Hampshire Kings lead the Mass Wolves looking for their first ever win against the Wolves. Again, the Wolves have dominated the Kings in these first few matchups in the first two seasons for both of these teams. Goins' shot is up, and it is no good. And I do have to correct myself. The Wolves did play here earlier this season in Manchester, and they came away with a victory. It was back on around December 9th, so about a month and a half ago almost. Now Gauthier comes in as Tavares steps out. And off camera, the coach also steps back in. So it'll be interesting to see him out there again. Goins' shot is no good, and that was looked like an easy basket, but Goins just couldn't hit it. Now here's Beasley for the Wolves. He has a lane inside. Shot from the foul line is good. What a good shot there to Sean Beasley. And here come the Wolves. It's a 4-point game. 27-23 with 7:50 left in the half outside. Here's Fury again. Grabbed by Parker. No foul there. No holding call against them. And that ball smacked away by Fury. And it will stay with the Wolves. And a little fire truck there from the coach. But again, we say this all the time. We hope to get kicked off of YouTube for that one. Green inbounds it to Law. Shot there by Parker, no good. Rebounded by the Kings. Here comes Gauthier. Gauthier for three. It's just a little bit short. Still a 27-23 game. Here come the Wolves. Out to Beasley. Beasley inside to Lee. Lee inside to Parker. Parker's basket is good. And just like that, it's a 2-point game. Oh, Gauthier for three. Got to follow the ball here, folks. Gauthier for three, no good. Law to Green. Green to Parker. Parker for the tie. And it's good. Timeout. Scoreboard is 27-25, but we should be tied at 27.
Black 25. Full timeout.
And we'll be right back. You're watching the ABA on ABN. The scoreboard officially reads 27-25, so we're going to go with that. We thought it was a tie game now. 6:36 left here in the half. Kings one side by 10. It's been an 8-0 run here for the Wolves. Gauthier to get you a name here, number 24. That is Andre Bromell, new guy here for the Kings. Green to Law. Law outside to Beasley for three, and the lead, no good. And Bromell to Gauthier. Gauthier outside. There's Jose Buford the second. First time I'm calling his name. Buford for three, and he knocks it down. Three ball for Jose Buford as he steps into the game for the first time today. And it's a 5-point game. And now Simpson off his back foot, no good, but a foul. Oh, Simpson's going to go to the line, shoot two foul shots here. 30-25, 5:52 left in the half. We're watching the ABA and NWBN. I'm Stephen Earl. We are here at the NBA headquarters in Manchester, New Hampshire. Part of our ABA and NWBN weekend doubleheader. Tomorrow we'll be in Hyannis, Massachusetts, as the Mass Wolves take on the 4-1-3 Elite. First shot out by Simpson is good. Back to a 4-point game now. And second shot is up, and it is also good. So now a 3-point game, 30-27, with 5:50 left here in the half. And once again, Gauthier takes it for the Kings. Out to Goins. Goins has all this time in the world. He could shot a three. He didn't. Gets it to Gauthier. Gauthier is laying inside. It's inside to Jackson, who gets the basket. I apologize for the ladder in the way, folks. They have a TV, so everybody can see what the scoreboard says. Beasley from the foul line. No good. Off his back foot. Can't hit it. Rebound. Here comes the Wolves. And it's Bromell. His shot is blocked by Simpson, who gets it to Beasley. Beasley alley-oop to Law, and that ball goes over the head and almost hits Miss Neil Lowe, a pick six photography. No Nia for almost a year now. And this is the first time we have actually met. Working together during the East Coast Football League season, coming this March. Stay tuned for more updates as they come available. Out there to Goins. Goins, that ball is tipped away, but it's taken back by Jackson out backside to Buford. And a travel called against the Kings. Going ball back over to the Wolves. 32-27 is your score, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. 4:43 left here in the first half. And this is the fourth seed, the New Hampshire Kings, against the fifth seed as of right now, Mass Wolves. And if the playoffs were to begin today, these two teams will meet right back here in Manchester for round one of the ABA's East Blue Division postseason. Postseason officially begins on the weekend of March 8th and 9th. Now substitutions, Buford coming out, Everson coming back in. Now here is Green. Deep pass, and it is taken by Beasley. And another shot up, and no good, but a foul. And let's see who the foul's against. I think it's going to be against New Hampshire. And it is. It's going to be against Everson. That means Beasley's going to come to the line, shoot two foul shots in a 32-27 game. 4:29 left here in the first half. First foul shot for Beasley's up, and it is good. .420 left in the first half. By the way, as we wrap up this first half, we will get you an update from Baltimore as the Baltimore Ravens take on the Houston Texans in the first of the NFL division round games from Baltimore. Airing right now as we speak on ABC and ESPN. We will get you an update at halftime. Now here's Jackson. Gets it out to Fury. Fury inside to Goins. Goins to the basket, and the layup is good. Good job there by Julius Goins, who has a couple nice plays here for New Hampshire. No look pass is taken by Green. Nice Law outside to Simpson for three. Can't hit it. No good. Rebound by New Hampshire. And another fire truck there from the coach. So hopefully again, we hope to kick off a YouTube for that one. And here's Everson. When he gets Beasley. Outside to Gauthier. Gauthier taking inside the basket, and it's going to get inside the Goins, and another layup is good for Julius Goins. Doing a great job here for New Hampshire. No look from Law to, now here's those defense chants once again. Law out to Law. Law for three. In and out, no good. Taken by Fury. Fury to Everson. Everson for three. In and out once again, and taken by the Wolves. And Lee gets it to Green. 3:12 left first half. 36-29. The Kings have a 7-point lead. Three ball. Bang, bang, bang. And there's Sean Beasley and make it a 4-point game. And the Wolves call timeout. We'll take it with them right back. You're watching the ABA on NABN. As we turn our attention now, it looks like there was a technical foul called against somebody because here is Julius Goins shooting 3 foul shots with nobody around him. And that usually signifies that there has been a technical foul called against somebody. Goins' shot is up and it is good. And now it's up to a 5-point game, 37-32 with 38-32, excuse me, at 3:01. And a technical called. He said black 25. They might have had black 5, which would be Everson. Because there's number 25 here for the... Or actually might be the coach called for the technical. So now, back-to-back techies here. Shot by Beasley is good. A lot of chatter with these players and the refs here today. Well, in these last few minutes, actually. Second shot by Green is good. Make it 38-34 game. 3:01 left here in the half. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming, folks. 38-34. 3 minutes left here in the first half. Kingz looking to get their first win of the season. The first win in franchise history, both here at home and against the Wolves. And also looking to expand on that 2.5 game lead they have over the Wolves for the number 4 seed. And a shot by Jackson will go to foul. Let's see. Foul called against the Wolves, number 55, who again we don't have a name for. It's going to be Jackson coming to the line for 2 foul shots. 2:46 left here in the first half. First shot up by Jackson is good. Not to be net on that one. You need timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching the ABA on NABN. So again, the foul was called against number 55. So it's going to be foul shot here for Jackson, who knocks it down. Make it a 40-34 game with 2:45 left here in the first half. This is the first game of 2024 here on the ABA and NABN. I'm Stephen Err. We're here at the NBA headquarters, Manchester, New Hampshire. And 55 has it now for the Wolves. Tried to do something, gets it out to Beasley. And Beasley shot up and no good, rebounded. Officially by Jackson, but now Everson has it. Now to go out there to Goins. Goins, the basket shot is blocked. And that's a shooting foul against 55. That's a shooting foul again. Another one against 55. This one going against Goins. So now Goins is going to shoot 2 foul shots in a 6-point game with 2:20 left here in the first half. One shot is up, and it is good. And we'll have substitutions. 55 will step out. Anthony Parker stepping in for the Wolves. Had a couple technicals called already here. Some players chatting with the refs. Telling them they weren't a big fan of what they've been calling. And second shot off the back of the rim. And the ball was knocked out of bounds by Jackson. Go back over to the Wolves. I think he was going back over to the Wolves anyway. 2:19 left first half. 41-34. Biggest lead for the Kings was 10. The Wolves' biggest lead was just 4. And right now, foul called against, looks like it was against New Hampshire. And it was Goins. 7-point lead here for New Hampshire. And it's going to be Laws inbounding against Gauthier. 2:12 left first half. Here's Simpson to Parker to the basket. And nice shot there by Anthony Parker. Finishing the job. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. It is a 41-36 game. Kings lead the Wolves. Second game between these two teams this season. Wolves defeated the Kings earlier in Massachusetts in early December. We'll see the Wolves tomorrow and Hyannis against the Elite. We'll see these Kings, and that's a shot clock violation against the Kings. We'll see the Kings next week. They go to the Hall of Fame in Springfield to take on those Elite. Saturday, January 27th, tip-off at 6 p.m. Rebroadcast will be available on the New England Broadcast Network. There's a few games left here for us in the ABA and NABN before we get back into football more. As Big East football kick off their season in March. We're back to football. March 2024 on the New England Broadcast Network. Now here's Fury with 1:10 left in a 5-point game. Shot clock down to 10. Outside Gauthier for 3. Bang! Ryan Gauthier making an 8-point game with 1 minute left. And now we follow the ball. Getting away from us for a minute. We are under 1 minute left here in the half now. Savon's shot is up and it is no good. No, but the rebound by Law is good. And it looked like Jackson for a second there was ready to block that one. That would have been a shooting foul, I would have assumed. Here's Fury. 44-38, now your score. And Fury inside. Good and a foul. What a play there for Saul Fury. He's had himself quite the game here for New Hampshire. Foul called against Savon Houston. Again, we've seen a lot of those here this season. The basket counts, and now a foul shot. An attempt to make it a 9-point game. 35.7 seconds left here in the half. And he knocks it down. So Fury continues to have a swell game here for the Kings. Making that 3-point play. Simpson to Houston. Houston inside to the basket. Can't hit it. Rebounded by Goins. Fury to Jackson, who's covered. Covered by Simpson, and a foul against Simpson. He can't believe it. His foot got caught, back of the foot there, or something. But he's called for the foul. And Jackson will go to the line for 2. 22.1 seconds left. Kings had a lead by 9, 47-38. Second biggest lead of the day. I want shot in and out, no good. Now we have substitutions once again. Simpson steps out, and Green steps in. And Goins will step out for the Kings. And the shot is up, and it is good. Kings tie their largest lead of the day. They lead by 10. 20 seconds left. Let's see if the Wolves try to get the final shot here of the half. Houston out to Parker, and doesn't look like they will. Parker for 3. Can't hit it. And rebounded by Gauthier. Nice job keeping it in bounds. And now, with 7 seconds left, the Kings are going to have the final shot here in the half. Fury, basket, shot is good at the buzzer. That is the end of the first half. The New Hampshire Kings lead the Mass Wolves 50-38. Stay tuned for our halftime report as well as the score update from Baltimore. When we come back, you're watching the ABA and NABN. And we welcome you back inside our broadcast with everybody. I'm Stephen Erd. The New Hampshire Kings lead the Mass Wolves here at halftime, 50-38. Sort of a closely contested first half. The Wolves had a 5-1 lead to start it out, but ever since then it's been all New Hampshire, and they have what is now tied for their biggest lead here in the game at 12 points. Let's see if the Wolves can make a big comeback here in the second half, which begins right now. Start of the second half, everybody. The New Hampshire Kings with their biggest lead of the game. They lead it 50-38. The first game of 2024 here on the ABA and NABN. I'm Stephen Erd. We are here at the NBA headquarters here in Manchester, New Hampshire. Kings, the 4 seed here in the end, and knocked down that 3 by Parker, bringing it back to a 9-point game. As I was saying, the Kings are the 4 seed in the ABA East Blue Division. The Wolves are the 5 seed. So if the season ended today, these two teams will meet right here in Manchester in the first round of the ABA postseason. So we might just get a playoff preview here. Of course, the Wolves have a lead over the 6-seeded Bennington Martins. 3-ball for Law. Can't hit it. I believe the Bennington Martins are the 6th seed. And the Wolves have a lead. The Wolves still have to meet them. Wolves have to meet the Martins on February 17th out in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. So that's another game that could have playoff implications. Of course, follow ABA East region. I don't actually have the entire standings in front of me. By the way, And we just gave it a halftime update. Baltimore leads Houston 3-0 in the second quarter. The NFL Division Round begins on ABC and ESPN. Rebound for Law, no good. Rebounded by Parker. Out to Lee. And Lee's pass is smacked away by Fury, but taken by Green. Green. Shot up and no good. 50-41 still your score with 10.5 left third quarter. Just getting started here in the second half. Here is Gauthier on Law. Gauthier look for someone to get open. Fury another three, and that one just too far off. But to get the rebound, Goins. And Simpson asking, where's the defense for the Wolves? Because it wasn't there on that play. 10 minutes left, 52-41. Now the biggest lead. Oh, no. Still the second biggest lead. Biggest lead for the Kings was 12. It's now an 11-point game. Parker, the three, knocks it down. And Parker having himself quite the game here, shooting from beyond the arc. Back to an 8-point game. 52-44, and Kings looking for that first ever win against these Wolves. They are a imperfect 0-4. And a shot up and no good. Offensive foul. Going against the Wolves. Against the King, I'm sorry. We have switched sides here. And so the Wolves will go to the left. Kings will come to the right. So offensive foul against New Hampshire. Deep pass here to Parker. Back out to Green. Green for three. And can't hit it. Got there, deep pass to Jackson. And he can't finish the job. So close, but yet so far. And Parker's pass. Parker ain't to that one. It's taken away by the Kings. Got there, alley-oop. And the slam by Goins is no good. Oh, he tried, but did not succeed. And now Parker, another three. Can't hit it. Rebounded. There's Fulks. He gets it to Fury. And Fury inside, and he tries to get it out to Jackson. Got there for three. Ooh, in and out. Again, a lot of close calls here, but not good enough. Here, both teams. Oh, block party. Oh, David Fulks. Everybody's invited to that block party. Holy crap. Oh, my God. And they're calling a foul against Fulks, but wow. Block of the year there by David Fulks. Oh, my goodness. And so Simpson's going to come to the line for two foul shots, but I'm still flabbergasted. Oh, my goodness. That was insane. The amount of plays we've seen covering basketball. When I covered the Wolves last year as a team guy, to here on the New England Broadcast Network, oh my goodness. Basketball's a fun sport, ladies and gentlemen. Even better if they play inside. And now here's Gauthier outside. That pass to Jackson off the mark, out of bounds. Back over to the Wolves. 52-46, by the way, 8:35 left. And the coach, who's wearing number 25, has taken his jersey off. He'll be a coach for the rest of the game, I assume. Not going to come back into the court. Green now for the Wolves. Inside to Simpson. Simpson to the basket. No good. Foul called against Fulks. And that's the second going against 34. And now Simpson once again calling for two more foul shots. So again, it's been Fulks versus Simpson these last two possessions. Of course, the block there by Fulks. Drawing a foul and another one here. Shot is up by Simpson. It is good. And now subs come in. Jackson steps out. And Yordi Tavares stepping back in. And the second shot here by Simpson is good. 4-point game, 52-48, 8:25 left and counting here in the third. Again, this is an ABA on the NBA weekend doubleheader. Tomorrow we'll be in Hyannis, Massachusetts as these Wolves take on the 4-1-3 Elite. And a rematch of that classic from last January, which the Elite blew a 23-point lead and lost 106-104 to these Wolves in New Bedford. Wolves and Elite tomorrow from Hyannis. Rebroadcast available on the New England Broadcast Network. And here is Law inside to Simpson, out to Parker. Parker for three. Bang! Anthony Parker once again from beyond the arc hits a 1-point game. 52-51. Here come the Wolves. Gauthier for three. Knocked in but net. And Gauthier saying, what you can do, I can do better. Back to a 4-point game. And here's Law. He had Lee wide open, not giving it to him now. Gets out to Parker. Parker gets it to Lee. And Lee taking it to the basket. Shot is blocked by Falks. Falks' second block here in the second half. Deep three. And in and out, but the rebound also no good. Almost a nice play there. Falks on the other side of the ball. And this one taken away by Law. Law to Parker to the basket. The layup is good. 55-53 now. 6:54 in the third quarter. Already a lot of action here in this third quarter. A little more than we've seen in the first two quarters. Gauthier, another three, can't hit it. Goins going for the rebound. He gets it away from Lee. Back out to Gauthier. Gauthier, let's see what he does. Gets it out to Fury. And Fury to Tavares. Tavares got to Gauthier. Oh, it bounces off his foot. What a save there by Gauthier and the shot by Tavares. What a play by the Kings. Oh my goodness. Off the foot of Gauthier. Saves it on the rebound, gets it to Tavares for the basket. And now a turnover. 3D rule in effect. Green for four. Oh, he can't hit it. And so, fail there. Here comes Gauthier again, who's on fire here in the third so far. Gauthier outside to Tavares for three. Bang! Yordi Tavares makes it a 7-point game with 5:53 left in the third. Here's Law. And the NBA has come alive here in Manchester. Green, three. No good. And a foul against Goins. As Simpson goes down. And Simpson thinks the refs are picking on him, but he doesn't realize the foul was for him, not against him. And a lot of excitement here. We got to take a timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching the ABA on NBN. So yeah, it's been an action-packed third quarter. But we got a lot of basketball to play. Is it a 60-53 game? New Hampshire Kings lead the Mass Wolves. That shot by Simpson, no good. It's 5:35 left in the third quarter. Had the blocks by Falks, the three balls by Parker. He has 6 points in this third quarter. Yordi Tavares knocked it down a wide open three, making a 7-point game. That's where we stand right now. And here's another three for Tavares. Knocks it down. We're just talking about Yordi Tavares. Knocks down another one. It's back to a 10-point game in favor of the Kings. And here's Law. Law loses it, and oh, watch that, everybody. Hello. And the New Hampshire bench is all pumped up. Ball back over to the Wolves, however, and here is Green with the ball. Going against Everson. And a ball, let's see, it looked like Tavares was the last one to touch it. And we can't see it behind this TV that you see in front of you. Green, now he loses it. Here's Tavares. And a foul. The Kings had the momentum there for the moment, but the timeout. Kings, we'll be right back. 63-53 with 4:55 left here in the third. We're watching the ABA on NBN. All smiles here for the Kings. They lead by 10 with under 5 minutes left here in the third quarter, and they have the ball out of that timeout. You saw Yordi Tavares coming out of the huddle. He was all smiles. And a layup here for Falks is no good. Taken by the Wolves. Here's 55 back in the game. Cutting away from Everson. I got to Green. Green on Everson. Shot is up, and it is off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Tavares. And here is Everson once again. Hagan Green. They get it out to Fury. Fury, off balance three, no good, but a foul. And that's going to be, it looks like 3 foul shots. And actually now it looks like an offensive foul. They said Black, the foul was on Black, number 20. And it is actually white 20. So, thought for a second there it was going to be 3 foul shots there for Saul Fury, but instead they inbound it. Falk's shot is up and Julius Goins! Take that back to your mama! And another turnover, ball back over to the Kings. Everybody's loving it here at NBA, except the Wolves. Trailing by 12, their biggest deficit of the game. 3:59 left third quarter, it's been all Kings. And here's Tavares outside, and it is Fulks coming inside against Houston, the 2 big men here for the game. And it looks like a foul. It looks like a foul was called against Fulks, but let's see. And it's against Houston. So once again, Savon Houston getting the calls going against him. Been the story of the season for the big man for the Wolves, unfortunately. Tavares, another 3. Oh, couldn't hit that one. Here's Houston. And a foul. 3:48 left third quarter, 65-53. A 12-point lead. Ties the biggest lead the Kings have had all day long. Looking to once again win their first ever game here at home. And also win their first ever game against the Wolves. They're 0-4 all time against the Wolves. Here's a turnover. Fury, 3. Bang! Saul Fury. It's a 4-point play. It's a 16-point game. And now Simpson out to Houston to Law. Law going against Everson. Shot up and no good. Taken away. There's Falk. No, it's Fury, excuse me. Out to Tavares. Tavares, a 3. Bang! Another one for Yuri Tavares. Timeout Wolves. And the celebration for New Hampshire. They lead it by 19, 3:05 in the third. We'll be right back. You're watching the ABA on NEBN. The energy is electric here at NBA headquarters in Manchester, New Hampshire, as the New Hampshire Kings have built a 72-53 lead with 3:02 left here in the third quarter. And now a foul here against Everson. But Yuri Tavares has had himself quite the quarter here. He has at least 10 points, maybe 12. He's knocking down threes like it's nobody's business. And everybody here except the Wolves is loving it. But we've seen the Wolves come back before. Let's see if they can do it here. And they kick off a doubleheader. Tomorrow they'll take on the 4-1-3 lead, and we will be there in Hyannis. A shot up by Beasley, no good. Rebounded by Goins. And now we see Simpson go down. 3-ball for Fury is no good. Taken by Fulks. Fulks, rebound no good, but a foul. And Simpson is down on the ground, so we're going to step aside here in the New England Broadcast Network. And Mick Simpson got hit where no man should ever be hit. Of course, it wasn't on purpose or anything. Still dealing, looks like you can see him moving around there. He's dealing with looks like a pretty significant amount of pain, but looks like he'll stay in the game. Watched a lot of Worcester Railers hockey. Shout out to Neil Everett. Always got to make the Neil Everett jokes. Meanwhile, the foul shots here for Fulks. He hits one of the 2, and it's a 20-point game in favor of New Hampshire, who have dominated this third quarter. And another foul. They're on here in the third quarter. Let me do some math here. They're on a 23-10 run here in the third quarter. An absolute dominant third quarter here by the Kings, and another foul.
28 white, 6 black.
And Goins and Simpson get to know each other a little personally there, right in front of the camera. And Goins like, I didn't do it. It was all him. And nonetheless, both of them taking the fouls. 20-point game, 2.5 left in the third quarter. Bulls looking to extend their win streak to 4 and get back to 500. Got there, gets it on the turnover to Goins. And the slam. And the foul. Fans getting into it with Kingz in the celebration.
28. Hit him in the back of the head.
Foul called against Simpson, and that's another hit in the back of the head here. And as you can tell, we'll zoom in and watch this. Look at this, folks. They're having a lot of fun over there on that New Hampshire bench as they lead it by 23 points. A lot of fun here. We'll zoom back out. The shot is good by Kingz. 24-point game, 77-53. 2:17 left third quarter. Now Simpson on Kingz again to get to know each other here in the last couple minutes. Houston at the basket, and it is no good, but a foul is called against the Kingz. So Houston's going to come to the line, shoot 2 foul shots. So once again, it's been all Kingz here in the third quarter, excuse me. Absolutely dominant performance. It was 50-43 at halftime, so we do the math. 27-10 run here for the Kingz here in this third quarter alone. And Tavares has just about half of those points by himself, knocking down threes like somebody owes him money. I don't know. Try to come up with some good lingo. Got to keep you guys entertained here on the New England Broadcast Network. Here's Gauthier for the Kingz. Now a 23-point game, 77-54. Gauthier outside to Fury. Fury to Kingz. Kingz trying to get shot up. Shot good. Nice shot there by Kingz off his back foot. And the bench over there in Hampshire continues to just dance the night away. Pun intended. Green to Law to Houston. Houston out to Green. Back out to Law for 3. That one's short, air ball. Minute and a half left third quarter. Gauthier to Kingz and goes out of bounds. Running into one of those metal doors there. Make sure he stops himself. Back over to the Wolves now. 79-54, 120 left, and now a 3D rule's in effect. So again, 3D rule means a 2-point shot is 3 points. A 3-point shot is 4 points. Let's see who can hit what here. That's a 4-point shot, no good, and that'll end that. We've seen one 4-point shot in this game be successful. Gauthier for 3 off his foot, and he knocks it down. A 38-point game. 28-point game, excuse me. Kingz to Tavares, and now the Kingz lead by 30. Final minute here in the third. Law wide open lane to the basket, takes it, can't hit it though. And here's Gauthier. Green chasing him, but he's not going to get him. And Gauthier with the layup. 20 seconds left, third quarter, and another turnover. Nothing's going right here for the Wolves. And say good night, and a slam by Fury. Save on for 3, knocks it down. That silences the crowd. And timeout call with 3 seconds left, 3.5 seconds left. What a quarter for New Hampshire. We'll be right back for the final 3 seconds right here on the New England Broadcast Network. Final seconds. Jackson at the buzzer, knocks it down. Sharif Jackson at the buzzer. And that'll end the third quarter. 91-57. We'll be back for the fourth and final quarter. You're watching the ABA and NBN. Start of the fourth and final quarter, everybody. The New Hampshire Kingz lead the Mass Wolves 91-57. It's a 34-point game. And a 3-ball here for number 29. Knocks it down. We don't have a name for number 29 either. One of the bench players coming in. The biggest comeback in Wolves history is 23 points. Can they blow that one out of the water here, down by now 31? And there to start the fourth. We will find out. The Wolves have a comeback in them. Here is Houston to the basket. Layup, no good. And here's Jennings coming in. Buford also coming in for the Wolves. Out to Gauthier. I got to Buford for three. Can't hit it. Rebounded. Trying to get the rebound was Timothy Harris. Stepping in for the first time today. Could not get it. And a foul. Foul against Gauthier. The ball back over to the Wolves. 91-60. So we start this fourth quarter. You are watching the ABA and NABN, our first game of 2024. I'm Stephen Earl. We are here at the NBA headquarters in Manchester, New Hampshire. The 4 against the 5, if the playoffs ended today, would be these two teams. And a shot there by number 29 is no good. Rebounded by number 12 again. And a layup is good. And there's Jackson again. Number 12 again is Timothy Harris. Seeing the bench players come in for the Wolves. Down by 33. Houston's still in there. And the shot is blocked by Harris, who's having on himself a real impressive start to this fourth. And a foul there. So again, the Kings just absolutely dominated that third quarter. And the 3D rule now in effect. So again, a 2-point shot becomes 3-point play. 3-point shot becomes a 4-point play. We've seen one being successful here thus far today. And of course, that was by way of the New Hampshire Kings. 3-point shot here for Lee is no good. An offensive foul. Oh, excuse me. The foul's against Harris. And since that was a 3-point shot by Lee, he's going to go into the foul line and shoot 3 foul shots. First one is up, and it is good. Second shot is up and also good. 10.5 left, here in the fourth quarter. The New Hampshire Kings running away with this one. Looking for their first ever win against the Wolves. Throw off the year for 3, knocks it down. And the star of the Kings showing us why he's the star of the Kings. And there's another turnover. Gauthier has it. Another 3 off his back foot. That one's airballed. Here comes the Wolves. Save on with the easy basket for the Wolves. 10 minutes left. 96-63. 33-point game. Again, the biggest comeback in Wolves history. It was a 23-point win. 23-point comeback, And the ball going out of bounds against the Wolves. Back over to New Hampshire. Looking at both teams will be playing tomorrow, part of doubleheaders. We will be in Hyannis, Massachusetts as the Wolves take on the 4-1-3 Elite. And the Kings will go to Hampton, New Hampshire, about 30 minutes away from here, 36 minutes away from here, as they will take on the Providence Pirates at their second home in Hampton, New Hampshire tomorrow afternoon. And a foul there against Buford, so inbound here come for the Wolves. Green has it to number 29. His shot is up and can't hit it. Rebounded by Jennings. Yeah, Harris, that's Harris. I'll get it right eventually, folks. I promise. And that one's lost there by Jackson. Gets it back. And shot clock down to 1 at the buzzer. No. And they're going to call a shot clock violation against New Hampshire. It looks like the clock actually hit 0 before the buzzer went off. So, correct call there. And no subs. So again, here come the Wolves down by 33 points, 96-63 with 8:58 left here in this fourth quarter. So again, we will be in Hyannis tomorrow as these Wolves face off against the second reseeded 4-1-3 Elite at the Hyannis Recreation Center in Hyannis, Massachusetts. The Kings will head to Hampton, their second home, to take on the Providence Pirates. Next week we will be in Springfield see these Kings once more as they take on those 413 Elite at the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. About a year to the day, we first got the opportunity, or I got the opportunity to call a game at the Hall of Fame. Be about my 5th game calling it there, coming up. Got there for 3, knocks it down. And Ryan got there, making it a 35-point game. That's 3 by Beasley, no good. Nice rebound there by Harris, who stays in bounds, gives it to Gauthier. Gauthier, another 3. Can't hit it though. Rebounded by Jennings. Jennings back out to Gauthier. Gauthier for 3. And again, no good. Rebounded by Jackson. Back out to Gauthier once more. And another shot at 3. And again, no good. So Gauthier started making it rain 3s. Now he's 0 for 3 from 3. And we have a timeout on the floor with 8:12 left. We'll be right back. 35-point game. You're watching the ABA. Sorry. No subs. That looks like it was. And now we have a timeout. So we'll be right back. We're watching the ABA on ABN. It looks like it was a technical call against the bench for the Kings because they were getting in on the backcourt. Too much celebrating, pretty much. That's what that is, because they lead it 99-65 at 8:12 left in this one. Barring some catastrophic meltdown, the Kings are going to walk away with a victory here, and they'll expand that lead over the Wolves to 3.5 games with just a few weeks left here in the regular season. Regular season ends Sunday, March 3rd. So we got a whole month left. About 5 more games left here on the ABA and NABN. See how things turn out as the postseason begins on March 8th. And Simpson back in the game, gets it to Beasley. Beasley for 3, no good. Rebounded by Tavares, and now we're seeing the starters come back in. Here's Goins and Everson back in as well. And Saw Fury. So no rest for the weary here for the Kings. Tavares, another 3, can't hit it. Again, Tavares with a strong third quarter, which really led the way for the Kings to expand their lead where it is now. And inside, the basket to Simpson is good. 99-68, 7.5 left in this one. And that ball's going to go out of bounds. Looks like on Fury. And it's saying it's on against on the Wolves to go back over to the Kings. Now Tavares inside, shot is up, and what a shot by Yordi Tavares. Could do it from anywhere here on the court. 101-68. And a foul here, let's see. So it's against Goins. So it's number 29. Again, we have no name for. We're coming to shoot 2 foul shots. 101-68 is a 33-point game with 7:09 left here in this one. We are here at the NBA headquarters. Again, not the NBA headquarters, the NBA headquarters here in Manchester, New Hampshire. And instead of foul shots, going to have an inbound here for the Wolves. This one up top is intercepted. And there's Brahma, Andre Brahma. I haven't called his name much here tonight. Now taken away by Simpson. Simpson outside to Beasley, who had a shot for 3 for a moment and then was covered up. And nothing but slam. Ah! Julius Goins can't finish it. He's so close, but yet so far. And that's going to be a reach and foul against Goins, so we're going to have another inbound here for the Wolves. Now here's Parker come back in the game. He's had a nice one game here for the Wolves. Shot is up, and it is bouncing around, but no good. Here comes Everson. 6.5 left in this one. 101-68 third score. And Everson has to take it away by Parker. Parker to Simpson going against Bromell, and a foul. And a foul called against the Kings. And so it's going to be Simpson coming to the line once again for 2 foul shots. And the Kings, again, they're going to get their first win here, barring some catastrophic meltdown. They're going to get their first win here today. Oh, and in franchise history, that is, over the Wolves after starting 0-4 against them in their first 2 seasons. Shot is up, shot is no good. Of course, we talked about it before on different broadcasts. This is not the same Kings team we saw last season. They had a lot of talent on that team with Ryan Gauthier, Jordi Tavares, and a few of these other guys. But now, something's changed here with the Kings, and they are, despite being 5-7, they don't play like a 5-7 team. Soon to be 6-7, by the way. They don't play like a sub-500 team. Meanwhile, the Wolves will have their 3-game win streak snapped here today. They'll fall to 3-5, looking to end the weekend with a win, and a big win that is, over the second-ranked 4-1-3 Elite. And that is the second, number 2 rank in the division, ladies and gentlemen. The Elite are the number 14 team in the ABA standings, and there's Tavares with another basket. So either way, it would be another big upset for the Wolves. Last year, we talked about that classic game from January 22nd, 2023. Parker for 3, can't hit it. The Wolves upset the number 9 team in the country in the Elite. This time, the Elite coming in at number 14 in the ABA standings, number 2 in the division standings, right behind the Providence Pirates. And no subs. We thought from here for a second there we see some, but we're not. 103-69. 5:40 left here in this one. This is a big win, by the way, for the Kings. A statement win to the rest of the league. They did pull off an upset. I had to correct myself. I said they were winless at home in franchise history, but they pulled off a big win. Their first ever game here at home in franchise history. 150-149 over the 4-1-3 lead back on November 18th. So I do have to give them credit for that. Huge win over the 4-1-3 lead in their first home game in franchise history. Again, 150-149. I wish I could have been there, but by that time it was the beginning of Thanksgiving break and I was already gone for a 10-day vacation. But again, we talk about it. We had accomplished a lot here at ABA and NBN. First game here on the ABA and NBN was the game at Hoop Hall. So we want to thank Sir Charles Evans of the 4-1-3 League for allowing us to be in there. And we were also at the first home game for both the Connecticut Surge and the Maine Bulldogs. And that Maine Bulldogs one was a big one. 3-ball for Fury, knocks it down. And with 5 minutes left here in this one, it is 107-69. 38-point game. JD Imperial in the house. Owner of the New Hampshire Kings here to see his team pull off. It's not an upset victory, but it's a big win here for these Kings. Looking to finish the weekend strong tomorrow against the Providence Pirates, the number 1 team in the Blue Division standings. And again, the number 9 team in the ABA standings. 107-71, a 36-point game. 4:51 left here in this contest. And a foul. By the way, while we have a moment here, let's congratulate Mr. Guy Riddick. His Connecticut Surge, they have not had the best seasons, and we talked about this as well before. First year for these teams here in the ABA, they always seem to struggle. But they pick it up in the second year, and that second year for the Connecticut Surge will not be in the ABA. It will actually be in the National Basketball League starting next year. I believe the season starts March of 2025. So we're going to congratulate Guy Riddick moving his team up. And not only is Guy Riddick moving his team to the NBL, he is the president of what is becoming the Northeast Conference in the NBL. So once again, congratulations to Guy Riddick for what he's done.
55 white.
Got a foul called against 55, and he couldn't believe that. 4:42 left here in this one. 107-72. It's a 35-point game. And coming out of 3-game win streak, I don't know if anybody actually saw this coming. Here's John Dombrowski. He had the game of his life December 3rd against the Bridgeport Kings. Here's a three for Dombrowski. Knocks it down, and that's just like I said. John Dombrowski had the game of his life against the Bridgeport Kings. He knocks down that three. 110-72. And now into 55, going outside to Houston. Houston a wide open three, and it's airballed. And that's the story of the game for the Wolves. Here's Dombrowski to the basket, and another one for John Dombrowski, up to 5 points. Coming in off the bench. This one taken away by Goins. And you can see the effort, and Dombrowski was 7 points in the fourth. It's a 43-point game. Oh my goodness. 43 left. And you can see the quit here in some of the Wolves players here today. Houston for three. Can't hit it. And the foul against Parker. And it looks like there was actually a technical against Simpson there. So he's arguing with the ref that he didn't grab anybody, but here is Dombrowski. He's going to shoot some foul shots. Knocks one down. He's up to 8 points here in the fourth. It's a 44-point game with 3.5 minutes left. Dombrowski's shot is up, and it is good. 9 points for John Dombrowski. 117-72, a 45-point game. Now Houston coming out. And Simpson will guard against Gauthier. Again, this is enough. There's a... And who are they calling that against? That was a flop by Simpson, no doubt about that one. But it looks like they're actually going to call it against New Hampshire. As we'll see Simpson shoot some foul shots. 3:25 left, still a 45-point game. Completely dominant effort here by the Kings here in the second half, mostly. It was only a 12-point game heading into halftime. So somewhat of a close first half. But then Yordi Tavares really came in and just took over in the third quarter, knocking out 4 threes. And now here in the fourth, it's been John Dombrowski, who has 9 points coming off the bench. So it's been an absolute stutter step here for the Kings, if that's the right terminology. I'm not actually sure. But the Wolves will inbound after the foul shots, and here is Law. Out to Parker. Parker's having himself a nice game, despite the Wolves being down by 1 million points. And Simpson trying to get to 29, ball goes out of bounds. 3:17 and counting. Now it's 3:17 and counting. 117-74, an absolute blowout here in New Hampshire. Game delayed to 4 o'clock. Of course, that doesn't matter to you at home. Gauthier for three off his back foot, knocks it down. And Gauthier continues his dominance here for the Kings. 120-74. Parker for three, knocks it down. And like I said, Anthony Parker had himself quite a nice game here for the Wolves. Now here's Fury out to Dombrowski for three. Oh, and Dombrowski upset himself, but he shouldn't be. 9 points off the bench here in the fourth. 55 for three, and that one's off the mark. Rebounded by Tavares, who really blew this game open for New Hampshire. And a wide open Fury. He's taking it to the basket against some Dunkin' Donuts. It's a 46-point game. Now a 44-point game. 123-79, 2:13 left. Foul called against Brommel. Andre Brommel. And so it'll be Simpson come back to the line for 2 foul shots. So if you recall, folks, once upon a time it was 5-1 Wolves. It's been all Kings ever since, pretty much. You know, I did say that it was a closely contested first half, but really, it was a 12-point game. It's a 3-ball by number 29 is good. It was a 12-point game at halftime. It wasn't that as close as the experts think. Now here's Gauthier inside, taking himself to the basket, and what a shot by the King of Kings. Let's call him that, the King of Kings. And now Parker will have laid the basket. His shot is good. Final 2 minutes here. So again, tomorrow, we will be in Hyannis, Massachusetts, as the Wolves look to bounce back from this, we'll call it a hard performance, as they take on the number 14th ranked 4-1-3 lead. That basket will not count by Tavares. It's just having a little fun there at this point. Clock stop, 1:40 left. Tavares to Gauthier. Back out to Tavares. Tavares, another three, can't hit. But again, you'll see in the highlight reel on our social medias, Yordi Tavares really broke this one open and had himself quite the game. There's 55. Trying to get out to Parker, instead goes back inside to Simpson. And the ball goes out of bounds. We'll go back over to New Hampshire. 1:19 left. A 39-point game. 123-84. So again, the lead for the Kings, and that basket will not count either. The lead for the Kings for the 4 seed over the Wolves will now be 3.5 games. And depending on other things that happen, the Maine Bulldogs and Bennington Martins, and here's a slam by Law, Bennington Martins and the Maine Bulldogs could also pick up some ground here, although I do believe that Martins are 3rd, so it doesn't affect them. So really it's all about the Bulldog. Oh! And there's Brummo. That one will count. Final minute here. What a win here for New Hampshire. 3-ball by number 29, no good. And we'll go to Parker, who shoots a 3 and knocks it down. So Parker here in the end, continuing his dominant performance for the Wolves. Final 30 seconds. Parker to Law. And alley to Law, and can't finish the dunk. Bromell to Dombrowski, and Dombrowski has 11 points here in the 4th. And Parker's shot is good. And that's going to do it, folks. Hold on. The clock is stopped, and that'll do it. Your final score, the New Hampshire Kings 127, the Mass Wolves 91. For the New Hampshire Kings, for the Mass Wolves, for the American Basketball Association, and for the New England Broadcast Network, I've been Stephen Err. Another great matchup is going to start shortly, but make sure you stick around. For now, we'll say goodbye from Manchester, New Hampshire.